All right, hello everybody. I've done a video on guns before, but I'm going to revisit that because it's making some new videos here. And we got plenty of time on our hands because everybody has to stay at home. So off we go. So as far as today goes, I want to talk about guns. I want to talk about carrying your concealed weapon. I want to talk about open carry. I want to talk about guns and cars because these are things that always tend to jam people up one way or another. Now, my first piece of advice as far as guns go is leave your guns at home. And I don't say that because I have any problem with guns, whether it is, morally, philosophically, or whatever it may be. That's not my concern. But I say leave the guns at home because as a criminal defense attorney, I have a lot of people that come to me on a daily basis that find themselves in a problem that they wouldn't have if they didn't have a gun on them. So, first piece of advice, just be safe, leave the guns at home, because I don't want to have a conversation with anybody about self-defense, use of deadly force, etc., etc., all right? So, first thing that you need to know is if you have a CPL, okay, your concealed pistol license in the state of Michigan, if you ever stop by the police while you are driving down the street and you have a gun in your car, the first thing that you need to do is let the police officer know immediately that you have a gun in your car. Not only is this the law in Michigan, but it's going to make your traffic stop go a heck of a lot smoother, okay? Because there's nothing worse than a police officer being surprised by a gun or anything like that. There's nothing good that can come from that. So if you have your CPL, you're driving down the road, you get stopped immediately when they come to your door. Officer, deputy, trooper, whoever it may be, I have a license to carry, I have a gun in my car. Okay? And then it'll be a lot smoother from there. Now, other things here in the state of Michigan, we do have something that's called open carry, all right? And what open carry means is that you don't have to have a CPL, okay, concealed pistol license, to carry openly in Michigan. That gun has to be on your person, has to be out in the open, cannot be concealed or covered by any article of clothing. That gun has to be registered to you, and as long as you're doing this, generally you should be fine, generally, all right? Do me a favor though. If you see me out with my family in the grocery store, at Target, or wherever it is, and you're open carrying, you got a gun strapped to your leg, do me a favor, walk on the other side of the store. That just makes me a little bit nervous, all right? So that's a couple of things on open carry. If by chance you are a felon, you have a felony on your record, do not have a gun on you, around you, anywhere near you. All right, there's nothing good that can come from that. That can lead to a lot of problems, can lead to some serious charges if you are a felon and if you are in possession of a firearm. Now, even if you do have your CPL, okay, your concealed pistol license, there are still certain places that you can't carry. You can't carry in schools, you can't carry in bars, you can't carry in hospitals, you can't carry in sports arenas, all right? There are kind of different rules as far as churches go. There are some churches that will say, all right, it's fine, you can bring your guns in. There are other churches that say no. The state is kind of a little wishy-washy on regulating what churches can do with guns, so check with whoever is in charge at your church. If you are drinking, all right, you go out to the bar, you have a drink, do not have guns around you, all right? It's always going to be a problem if you have a gun and if you are drinking. Okay? So that's something that I always see come up every once in a while too. Other things going forward, okay? I get a lot of questions on this. They say, Nick, listen, I don't have a CPL. I've got guns that I transport. How do I do that? What's the rule on that? You are fine carrying guns in your car without a license if a couple of things happen. Number one, you have to be carrying that gun for a lawful purpose, okay? Whether it's from your home to another home, whether it is from one place of business to another, okay, that is somewhat gun related, you're going shooting, you're going hunting, all of that kind of stuff is fine, okay? But if you are carrying a gun in your car and you don't have a license for it, that gun has to be unloaded. That gun has to be in an enclosed, locked area, okay, whether it's a trunk or something similar to that. And if for some reason you don't have a trunk, make sure you keep it in a box in your car, preferably a gun box that is locked, and make sure that it is unloaded. So those are a couple of thoughts on guns for today. Again, my personal opinions on guns, it's not that I have any position on it one way or another, but I only say this to you all because I don't want anybody to call me and say, Nick, listen, I got caught carrying a gun in the wrong way. Help me out. Okay, I'm just letting you know this so we can avoid some trouble down the road. In the meantime, everybody stay safe. Take good care.